Hey, I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And we're Bucket List Travellers.
And in this Nicaragua travel guide, we share the fantastic Granada tourism news of the Granada to Ometepe Island ferry reopening. We cover what you need to know about the ferry and why you must visit each of the ferry destinations of Granada, Ometepe Island, and San Carlos, Nicaragua.
We were living in Nicaragua for 18 months during the COVID pandemic, with the majority of our time in the wonderful city of Granada, Nicaragua. Whilst land borders to Costa Rica were closed, we spent 5 months travelling all around Nicaragua, discovering what this amazing country has to offer. We were really excited to hear about the Granada ferry to Ometepe Island reopening and would have leapt at the opportunity to take this boat ride through Nicaragua.
Ferries from Granada to Ometepe Island and San Carlos had previously existed, but had stopped over 5 years ago due to low water levels in Lake Nicaragua. We're happy to report that they have now restarted, with the first ferry cruise commencing on the 4th of October 2021. This is great news for tourism in Nicaragua, as it provides a great alternative for travelling in Nicaragua. Ferries are run by the National Port Authority, also known as the Empresa Portuaria Nacional or EPN. Ferries will run once a week in each direction between Granada and San Carlos, making a stop at Altagracia on Ometepe Island on the way. The Granada ferry departs at 5 p.m. on Mondays and will depart from San Carlos at 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, returning to Granada on Wednesday mornings. An alternative for travelling between Granada and Ometepe Island is to catch a bus to Rivas, another bus or taxi to San Jorge, and then a ferry to either Mayagalpa or San Jose del Sur on Ometepe Island.
We travelled between Granada and San Carlos in August 2021, when the ferry wasn't in operation and the journey required multiple long bus rides. We decided to take the scenic route and see some of the towns and cities along the way. Our bus adventure along the far side of Lake Nicaragua took us to some destinations not on a typical Nicaragua travel itinerary, such as Tipitapa, Boaco, known as the City of Two Levels, Camuapa, a beautiful town in the hills, and the city of Huigalpa during their most festive time of the year. The cost of the bus rides were between 15 and 40 Cordobas and ranged between 1.5 to 2.5 hours in duration. And finally, the last and longest bus from Huigalpa to San Carlos took around 4 hours. Alternatively, you could get a bus from Granada to Managua and then a bus from Managua to San Carlos. The bus from Granada to Managua takes about an hour and the bus from Managua to San Carlos takes around 5.5 hours. The costs for the Granada ferry are as follows. From Granada to all the way to San Carlos, you'll be paying 200 Cordobas. From Granada to Altagracia on Ometepe Island, the cost is 100 Cordobas. And if you're just going from Altagracia to San Carlos, that's 150 Cordobas. These fares are for passengers aged 5 and above, so children under 5 years ride for free. The ferries will allow cargo for an additional cost. For more information and to make a reservation, you can call the numbers on the screen.
The ferry is an overnight ferry which leaves from Puerto Granada at 5 p.m. and will arrive at its first destination of Puerto Altagracia around 4 to 5 hours later. The ferry will then continue on to San Carlos and arrive the next morning. Note that there are only seats available and no beds. You will be able to purchase food and drinks on board to sustain you for the journey. Puerto Granada is on the shore of Lake Nicaragua, a 15-minute walk from the Central Park of Granada.
Lake Nicaragua is known by many names, including Lago Cocibolca, Lake Granada, Mar Dulce, Gran Lago, and Gran Lago Dulce. This freshwater lake is the largest lake in Central America and the 19th largest lake in the world. It is home to Las Isletas, a series of 365 small islands formed 20,000 years ago as a result of a volcanic eruption from nearby Mombacho volcano. Larger islands on Lake Nicaragua include Ometepe Island, which is home to 2 volcanoes, and Isla Zapatera, which has centuries-old petroglyphs.
Puerto Altagracia is one of the 3 ports on Ometepe, Nicaragua. It is 2.6 kilometers from the municipal park of Altagracia. Altagracia is on the northern end of Ometepe Island on the side of Volcan Concepcion. Puerto San Carlos is on the banks of Lake Nicaragua at the start of Rio San Juan. San Carlos is the gateway to the Rio San Juan area, including the historic town of El Castillo, Rio San Juan. San Carlos is close to the border of Costa Rica, and you can cross the border from Nicaragua to Costa Rica at San Pancho. Check out our border crossing travel vlog for more helpful information.
We lived in Granada, Nicaragua for a year, and it is our favourite city in Nicaragua. Granada is a charming colonial city full of colourful buildings and beautiful architecture. Located in the centre of Nicaragua, it is a convenient base for exploring Nicaragua. There is a wide variety of accommodation options available in Granada to suit all budgets. For comfortable mid-range accommodation, we recommend Hotel La Gran Sultana. We can get a double room with ensuite and breakfast included for around $40 US a night. For self-contained accommodation, we recommend Granada Property Services Nicaragua, who are property agents with listings that cover luxury colonial homes as well as smaller units. A luxury home with a pool will cost anywhere from $100 to $250 US per night, while a condo will cost around $30 to $50 US per night.
While in Granada, we recommend sampling the local cuisine, including Vigorón, which is a dish native to Granada that includes yuca, salad and pork crackling, known as chicharrón, and costs around 60 Cordobas a serving. Wash it down with a drink that is local to Granada known as Grama Refresco Natural, which is a drink made from a type of grass and tastes very similar to Coca-Cola. It's usually sold for 10 Cordobas per serving.
A day of sightseeing in Granada could include a trip to the Choco Museo, a ride on a horse and cart through the city, a tour of the beautiful churches and cathedrals, and dinner on the famous Calle La Calzada. Granada is very centrally located and there are plenty of day trips you can do from Granada, Nicaragua. Some of the best day trips from Granada include a boat ride to Las Isletas, a day trip to Laguna de Apoyo, hiking Mombacho volcano, and visiting the active volcano in the nearby city of Masaya.
We're halfway through our Nicaragua travel vlog. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For more great content on Nicaragua, Costa Rica and Central America travel, make sure you subscribe. Ometepe Island is a picture-perfect island which is home to 2 volcanoes. The island is a magical place and has to be seen to be believed. We love the laid-back lifestyle on the island and the amazing natural beauty of the area.
Altagracia is one of the major towns in Ometepe Island. It is a short drive to the beautiful swimming spot Ojo de Agua. For a comfortable hotel by the beach, we recommend Hotel Villa Paraíso, where you can get double rooms with breakfast for $75 US per night. For an eco-lodge experience on Ometepe Island, we recommend Finca del Sol, where you can get a bungalow with breakfast for $40 US a night. For a luxurious experience with one of the best pools on Ometepe Island, we recommend Totoko Eco Lodge, where you can get a bungalow with breakfast included for $60 US per night.
While you're on Ometepe Island, don't miss the sunset at Punta Jesus Maria. Swim at one of the many beaches around the island, such as Playa Santa Cruz and Playa Los Mangos. Get your fill of chocolate at El Pital Chocolate Paradise. And kayak down Rio Istian with El Cayman Kayak Tour.
San Carlos, Nicaragua is a beautiful portside city with plenty of restaurants and accommodation options. San Carlos is the capital of the department of Rio San Juan and is located at the junction of Lake Nicaragua and Rio San Juan. It is also a great stopover when on your way to Costa Rica, as you can cross the border at nearby San Pancho. For a comfortable low-budget option, we recommend staying at Hotel Gran Lago. Fan-only rooms with en-suites are 700 Cordobas per night, and there are great views of the lake from the balcony of the hotel.
While in San Carlos, we recommend getting a meal with a view at Restaurant Cayoma or Restaurant Granadino, and watch the sunset from the Malecon de San Carlos. While you're in the area, we recommend taking a launcher 2 hours down the Rio San Juan to the riverside village of El Castillo, Nicaragua, where you can visit the historic fort, which fended off pirate attacks in the 1600s, the British in the 1700s, and also played a role in the California Gold Rush era of the 1800s. You can also do a tour of Indio Mays Nature Reserve, home to some of the richest flora and fauna biodiversity in the world, where you can see plenty of wildlife, including monkeys, poisonous frogs, and crocodiles.
The reopening of the Granada Altagracia San Carlos ferry is great news for tourism in Nicaragua and will provide a lot more options when planning your next Nicaragua vacation. We highly recommend taking this ferry to explore all that Nicaragua has to offer.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.